Okay. We're live? Welcome. Oh, no, wait. Does my headphones fit all the way over there, Pogue? Let's see. Let's take a look. Can I get there?
You are
Oh,
restricted.
I'm a little restricted. That's okay. I need to get tethered to a pole anyway.
You're on a short leash today.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to boys basketball from the Cougar Den. Keith Glock and Matt Pogue as the rest of the crew with more responsibilities than us files in eventually down here. As Brandon and Mandy are coming from track practice, and Bartholomew is apparently coaching them. So,
Is that what he's doing? Is that what he does down there?
Allegedly.
Oh, all right.
That's what I hear. Run fast, turn left. I mean, it's kind of...
That's good advice. Good advice.
Right? I mean, that's how we roll. Montgomery Cougars will host the Panthers of Bridgewater Raritan for 3 games this afternoon, as the varsity team tonight looks to improve to 4-0 on the season. Matt, another day, another mixed forecast for the week. I just saw a thing that...
Let me guess, snow rescheduled things?
Well, no, but I think snow might now somehow magically miss us. I just heard.
Oh, all right. That's
so
good news.
I just got a text that says, "Oh, don't worry about it. It's not going to snow now." And now, see, dark sky still says 1 to 3 inches on Thursday.
That's what I saw.
I'm not convinced just yet that everything is exactly copacetic, but
Well, it's better than last week so far.
let's just keep it not snowing on Saturday. That's what I'm looking forward to. So the Cougs, would help if I had their roster, huh? Hang on for 1 second. Unmute me there. Oh, you got me. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
I'm always watching out for you.
Producing. It's what you do.
It's enough.
Days.
I'm going on break.
All right, well, not yet, buddy, okay? Just hang tight. So we are underway for boys basketball, and that's a bad omen. 9 seconds into this one that we have our first foul of the game.
All right, it can only get better. Can only get better from here.
Not so wonderful. So Cougs will look to play a little bit of offense here. Spent the entirety of the day here at school getting lost in a little bit of research for the MIRE, as a 3 from the corner is in and out, no good. Potentially pandemic problems for the Montgomery Athletic Department might just end up helping us out technologically here, Pogue.
I'm excited. You promised a lot of things, so I'm not going to say it's happening yet, but if it does.
Yeah, no doubt. It's there's a lot of cool technology out there that even just a couple of years ago did not exist, and you know, we're over here trying to do the best that we can and bringing all this stuff to you, and there's so much more out there that we could be doing, and luckily we're so supported by the departments here, technology and everything. It's fantastic. So if we can get everybody on board, that would be great.
Yeah, technology department has really made our lives so much easier, especially when they clean up all the messes that we make ourselves, and then they go, no, why don't you try doing this? And we go, oh, okay.
Yeah, well, I'm constantly making messes, so it's a problem.
Yeah, but they are great at cleaning it up. We appreciate it.
No doubt about that. Bridgewater coming the other direction. Good defense there from the Cougs. I got to fix some of these audio settings now that I changed the microphones.
Oh, you need to be louder?
No, definitely not. It's weird. I feel it sound a little tinny, a little something here. I got to figure out what my issues are. I don't know if that's it or not. We'll roll with that. Sorry about that. Lost the camera pan there for a second, so I didn't blow my eardrums out for those of you listening at home. But some of that stuff, Pogue, just getting lost down the rabbit hole of technology is so cool. I mean, the fact that you can take video, audio, and power a camera and do all of that stuff at once just by plugging in an Ethernet cord,
I didn't even understand that until today. I didn't realize you could transfer power from Ethernet. I didn't know that was a thing.
It is now. It's a thing that the technology that's come in the last couple of years, and but for us, in a situation like that, it doesn't mean anything without the infrastructure, that Montgomery has, and then, if we were to buy these things and then say, well, we have them, we still need the support of the school to be able to say, well, we need to hang this on the wall. Do you have somebody that can do that?
Yeah.
Hey, technology folks, do you have somebody that can support us in configuring all of this stuff?
Yeah, running wires, putting permanent fixtures.
Yeah, but everybody is just so on board. I mean, to know what's really happening in other places too, and to just see how not supported some other places are. You ask somebody for something and you would have thought that you're asking for their firstborn,
Yeah, there's a genuine passion to help us problem solve, which I love because I get a thrill out of, trying to find a solution to something that was a serious problem, and they can help, and it's great.
So fingers crossed for that, and, potentially cool things to come for us and making our lives a little bit easier and not having to set 7,000 things up. Come in here and plug one cord in and love our lives.
We could definitely handle that. We could handle that. Plug in one thing, walk away.
All right.
All right.
Mid-February here in Montgomery, and that means typically where are we usually in mid-February? Game number 18, 15, 18?
We're definitely talking playoffs already, and scouting tournaments and well into the season.
Right, and now here we are. It's like,
what's this team really going to be? Who are they? Yeah, it's strange.
This is a conversation that we would typically have, right after the new year, And we're now having it, What'd you do, Pogue? You okay?
Yeah, I was watching. Scoreboard froze, but the camera did not. So that's an encouraging sign.
Okay. Trying to troubleshoot our tech problems with the tech department here this morning. They spent a ton of time with us, so for once, I don't think it was us. I really don't.
I still believe that, and we're not just saying it this time.
No, yeah, I agree. I mean, clearly we make fun of ourselves all the time, and most of the time we're totally at fault, but I don't think we're at fault with that skipping issue.
No, it feels good. We should really hold on to this for a while.
Yeah. It's always going to be short-lived because we're going to screw something up before long.
Well, yeah, but it's the time in between that's so great.
Big steal there from the Cougs. Leads to an easy deuce at the other end. Happy to be able to bring Montgomery boys basketball to you live on the MIRE, all three levels today. We will be heading up to Basking Ridge tomorrow evening for the second half of a doubleheader in terms of back-to-back days anyway, which is, in previous years, remarkably atypical.
Yeah, no load management for this team. We're all good.
Thank God Kawhi doesn't play for us.
No, he would be sitting. He would be sitting.
Who's played more back-to-backs this year, Kawhi or Joel Embiid?
Ooh, I do think Embiid.
I agree.
He's been normally doing it again. It's nice. Although when you make him score all the points, I'd prefer he doesn't have to do that on the second night.
Yeah, he had such a monster game the other night. It would have been nice if somebody helped him.
That Portland game, that was torture.
I have other news for them too. Damian Lillard is good at basketball.
Yeah.
Nice take there from Bridgewater.
You know, another thing those PTZ cameras would do?
What's that?
The amount of student engagement we could have would just exponentially rise, because the setup is half of the burden. That, you know, we got people calling us going like, I got the soundboard, I got this, where do I plug in this? And this camera's not doing this. I mean, we eliminate so much of that if they just walk in, have one controller to look at, plug something in, and
literally play with a joystick.
Yeah, and it's,
you know,
we could get so many more people. It's not as cumbersome to get it set up.
No, not even a little, you know. It's interesting too, going, you know, as I travel down those rabbit holes. I see what they're doing, and then I listen to their broadcast, and I'm like, that's the audio you're producing out of that broadcast for all that fancy stuff you got. So I'll give us a little credit there. I mean, through all the video snafus that we've had throughout the last year or so with this, it's at least we sound okay.
Yeah, I mean, what we have to say isn't always what you know, people come for, but it sounds so
I didn't
good.
tell you it was going to be interesting.
No, I just said it would be there.
Another easy breakaway layup.
Yeah, that press break has been tough.
Tyler Simpson, the recipient of that, and Simpson there only almost comes up, I should say, with another steal, but just off his fingertips and out of bounds.
You like to see them talking after something like that, where they're kind of saying, well, if you go here and we got to create space here, they're trying to figure it out.
I give these basketball officials a lot of credit, boy, for reffing in masks.
Yeah, that is difficult.
That's hard. Nice little jumper from just inside the three-point line for the Cougs. And that was Bilal Mughal. We're going to get another bucket waved off there. I was on the phone with former Montgomery athletic director and now state bigwig. I don't know that that's his official title, but
no, I saw it on his office door. State bigwig.
State bigwig Tony Maselli. Yesterday we were going through some COVID protocol for lacrosse and how we were going to handle some things, and you know.
Is it encouraging?
Oh yeah, I mean, luckily I get to make most of the rules, so.
Oh, watch out, New Jersey.
It's kind of nice. But no, and I only say it's nice because I get to make sure that we're using common sense, you know, rather than necessarily maybe underprotect ourselves and the kids and or overprotect ourselves. I think if we're, I am talking out live on the air, Rob. There you go. We'll get a commercial. How about that? Rob Maluski, Montgomery trainer, involved in the action. So, yeah, it looks like the state has kind of taken up a position that if you are involved in cardiovascular activity, that you should have a mask, or you not need to have a mask on. But in all other instances, you should. Which is completely in keeping with what makes sense to me for lacrosse. So, you know,
yes.
and we'll even go a little farther than that, too. I think that there's going to be certain points out on the field where we're kind of in between some things and we're closer to the kids, and, you know, we'll issue some guidance and recommendations. So I think we have a very clear path to be able to do that. And make sure everybody is safe. And there's our first little glitch there, Mr. Pogue.
All right.
And it's so hard to say because by the time we see it, that was...
Yeah, it was about 5 seconds.
Now probably 20 behind. How were you on the CPU usage there?
Now we're up. We're up about 78.
Interesting.
And there's nothing else open though. Yeah, now it's hovering around there.
What else you have in this thing? Not a ton of stuff, huh?
Those are videos. You got one other video. Yeah, I don't know. And now we're climbing too.
I wonder what that's about. Nice little turnaround in the paint, but no good for the Cougs. A heave at the end of quarter number 1 is no good, so we will go to the first intermission, and Bridgewater's in control of this one so far, 20-8. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back right after this. You're caught in the mire. This is the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. Welcome back here to the Den. Keith Glock and Matt Pogue with you live on the mire as we're getting set for the second quarter of Montgomery and Bridgewater. Panthers played an impressive first quarter. Nice looking trap defense. Little runner is up and good. It's nicely done from Michelangelo Aguilar.
Yeah, it all started with a clean break of that press, and they were able to avoid it, get some space, and then they could really run their offense.
Strong take on the inside, but no dice. That time from Sean Putinchira. Ball is momentarily knocked away from Pritam Chintakunta and out of bounds. Another turnover off the hands of the Cougs. Pogue, got to tell you, from a actual counseling standpoint, and for everybody listening at home, this was the first couple of days, yesterday and today, of course selection for next year. So already our current juniors are selecting courses, and we're going to have a timeout from Bridgewater. And this might be one of those things where that's here to stay in terms of the post-COVID world, because this Zoom scheduling is actually making it so that we can spend the kind of time that we really need to with the kids, and you lose the, I guess you don't calculate all the transition time of a kid leaving your office to then go get the next kid to then bring that kid back, and you end up rushing maybe a little more than you want to, and just the logistics of this have, in my opinion, been fantastic.
I think it's wildly efficient. I think we have saved a lot of time that was just spent kind of figuring out the next student and trying to get them back, instead of really sitting down and having a conversation that, 3 seconds after we're done, I'm talking to the next student, so there really isn't any wasted time.
And quite honestly, the current juniors take the most time because they have the most options.
Yeah.
And you know what? I mean, I guess I've always taken the approach for the last decade and a half that, if I can get those kids to senior year being able to take 100% of the stuff they want to take and not stuff that they have to take to graduate, I get like this weird feeling of giddiness when I pull up a transcript to make sure that everybody is, all the requirements are done, and I'm like, yes, you were smart, you listened. Now you can take whatever you want.
Yeah, especially when it's a course that maybe they don't love as much, but if you stick with it, you check off a requirement, you open up things later, and you're gonna appreciate it in a couple of years.
It would have been like pulling teeth to get me to take art classes, but I would have loved to have taken them, all freshman year, and then by the time you get to be a senior, I was in creative writing and journalism and all that other, good stuff that I was into. A little shuffling of the feet that time from Tyler Simpson. Tyler Simpson's played a heck of a first half for Bridgewater. Nice little dribble drive, and a floater in the lane is good again from Aguilar. Man, Bridgewater's just making tough shots here.
Yeah, it's difficult to stop that. I played good defense, and well, sometimes offense is a little better than that.
Yeah. That one no good, nearly over the backboard. Second episode of the Muck and Mire podcast dropped on Monday, yesterday as it were. And Brandon Fury was there to interview Montgomery forward Christopher Bayo, as a 3 is up and good from Chinta Kunta. And I got to tell you, I'm a big podcast guy rather than watching it on YouTube. And I've been kind of indulging in creating pieces of it with Fury, but then leaving him to his own devices, and then you two kind of cleaning it up and uploading it. So, on Monday mornings when I'm at the gym, it pops up in my podcast feed, and I get to listen to it kind of for the first time, which is a treat for me, because as we all know, I'm pretty much a control freak when it comes to all of this stuff. So hearing something before it goes or after it goes out to the public is a little foreign to me.
Yeah, maybe we won't make so many gray hairs for you. Let's try and not do that.
Well, no, you guys are doing a great job, and I thought the point of me bringing all that up was I think there's a different dynamic you get listening to somebody without watching them move their lips and stuff.
Right.
And it brings a lot of your own imagination into it. But it also allows you to isolate, like, really what somebody is saying rather than how they look or what are they wearing or where are they sitting. You know, you lose all of the distraction from that, and you just hear, you know, that piece of it. And I thought Christopher Bio was dynamic in his interview.
It was very entertaining.
What a fantastic job, and what a mature young man. I mean, largely we have mature kids, because somebody who's a senior in college, a professional athlete being interviewed, he honestly felt to me, to borrow a term from Colin Cowherd, it felt quarterbackial, because that's a concept that he has talked about over the last couple of years about. He said, I want my presidents presidential, and I want my quarterbacks quarterbackial. I don't need you to go flying off the hook and, you know, doing all this crazy stuff. You're the guy I want to be even keeled in these, you know, moments of craziness. And I really thought that Chris was measured and intelligent and so well spoken. I can't say enough about it, and I really encourage you to go listen to it or watch it. We're putting it in a whole bunch of places so that you can consume this, you know, however you really want to. If it's on YouTube, obviously you can just head on over to our YouTube page or to MIREradio.com, and it's in the playlists under the Boys Hoops 2021 playlist. And if you haven't already, I suggest that you subscribe, rate, and review to the Muck and Mire podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, Pandora, wherever you get your podcasts. I highly encourage you to subscribe. Produced a new, nice little new open.
I was a big fan of that. I like that echo left and right kind of thing. That was cool.
Tommy Molars, I invited assistant coach Tommy Molars to be a part of that on, what day did I do that? Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday.
And didn't hear back from him. No problem. Yeah, I got what I needed from Joe Bassford and from Coach Grundy, and you know, did what I needed to do.
Yeah.
Literally 39 seconds ago, he texted me his audio file of the stuff that I asked him to say Sunday morning. And he goes, here you go. Let me know if you need anything else.
Yeah, time machine.
Yeah, exactly. Back that sucker up.
Oh, man.
I need 1.21 gigawatts. That's what I need, Tommy. Make me a smoothie. I love you, Molars, if you're watching. You were just a little late. That's all. A little kickball. Pele style there from Aguilar. Two minutes to go in quarter number 2, and Bridgewater pretty much having its way with the Cougs.
And not all of it is bad defense. It really just is them putting in good effort on the defensive side, and Bridgewater's making some pretty difficult shots.
Yeah, Bridgewater's pretty athletic, and you know, that tends to be a lot of the time what determines a winner and a loser in you know, freshman sports, middle school sports,
yes,
that kind of stuff.
Less scheme and more athleticism.
Nice steal there. And we're going to get a foul and one for Aguilar, as Michelangelo Aguilar doing his best Ryan Curry impersonation there.
Yeah, he did a good one. I had to take a second look for it.
Cuts the lead down to 15 with the free throw pending. So he has been certainly a bright spot for Montgomery in the first half. despite the fact that, you know, it hasn't snowed this much since 1996. Reality, that's the year I'm hanging on to, because that's the last time I really recall in my moderate adult life that it has snowed this much. This time of year always has me excited, because I can kind of like sense the spring is coming, almost.
Yeah, especially those random days where it is 50, and you say, "Ooh, okay, almost."
And we haven't had that yet, but just the you know, we get into this routine of doing these games, and you know, I get to get out on the lacrosse field a little bit, you know, early, and I'm like, oh, 4 more weeks, and then it'll be light outside.
Oh, I can't wait for that. Can't wait for that.
But
also excited for halftime, because I have so many new theories on this whole video thing we were discussing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear them. Do you feel like they're intelligent takes, or is this just?
I mean, that's a tough label to throw on things. I mean, they're coherent. I'll give you that much.
Okay.
But yeah, it's I don't think it's that big of a problem. I think we might have to do something that we didn't want to do, but I think we should do.
You want to shut everything off and turn it back on again, don't you?
No, I do not want to do that. Luckily, I never want to do that.
Oh, all right.
That is my least favorite thing to do.
Because I was going to veto that in game as a thing.
That is good. That's a good call.
I was
We're not going to do
I was going to say no to that.
No. Oh, this is an after game thing anyway.
Okay. All right. Then consider me on board.
Oh, look at that. I already got you to sign on.
Jumper no good. Nice little rebound.
Yeah, that is a strong rebound. I'd like to see that.
Oh, I hate that call.
It was a hesitation.
I know, I hate it.
He hesitated.
Got a little excited, though, yesterday. Luckily, the kids are still all virtual from school, so was able to leave the dog up, you know, up at my sister's with the kids, and for the first time. So those of you listening who don't know my background, I grew up in North Jersey in Bayonne, and that's still where my family exists. And there's no lacrosse there. It's not a thing. I actually, you know, when in my early 20s, had received a bridge grant from U.S. Lacrosse. And I may as well tell this story before we go to break at the half anyway, as we have reached the half. It's 34-22 Bridgewater. That I got a grant from U.S. Lacrosse, pretty sizable, to start Bayonne Youth Lacrosse. And for about 2.5 years, we had the makings and the plan to have a 5th and 6th and a 7th and 8th grade team, and we were going to take 2 years to kind of teach skills and build some confidence, and then in year 3 we were going to engage in you know, in playing actual games. And towards the end of that second year, it became apparent to me that I needed to go back to school and get another degree, and that necessarily meant that I had to leave town. And nobody picked it back up again after that. I'm sure there's $22,000 worth of equipment sitting in a storage bin somewhere in Bayonne Recreation, and it hasn't been touched in you know, probably 17 years. And Jersey City Youth Lacrosse is allowing Bayonne kids to play this year, which is great. And my nephew gets to actually play lacrosse for the first time, rather than just mess around with me and learn skills and, you know, do things that we do together. So that's fantastic.
Yeah, the team atmosphere, you can't replicate that in the backyard.
No, and we've always used all of my own stuff. Now this is, you want to talk first world problems, this is first world problems here, but, you know, I always had enough equipment for both of us. Didn't really matter. No one cared. But now, you know what's happening. My man's going to play with other kids his own age. Can't play with that old stuff.
No.
No, gotta go get new stuff.
What brand is that? They still make those?
Right.
What are those?
Gotta go get new stuff. I'll tell you, let me tell you something that all lacrosse parents listening here already understand. Lacrosse stuff is not cheap.
No. No.
No.
It is on the other side of cheap.
Opposite of cheap. So that was also yesterday. So I kind of consider it rent for taking care of the dog for a couple of days so we can come here and broadcast basketball all day. We're at halftime. Bridgewater leads Montgomery. We'll be back in a couple minutes. You're caught in the mire. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. Welcome back to Montgomery. Keith Glock and Matt Pogue as we are set for the third quarter of action from the Den. Montgomery has cut the lead to 12, 34-22. Pogue, any better success?
Yeah, we're hovering around 70 now.
So
like
no.
Slightly below. Not drastically better, but nope, and we're creeping up again. Yeah, we're back where we were.
All right, so switch to the other thing.
Yep.
Let's see if that works. Layup from Bridgewater is good. And we get a foul. Well, you're not going to do it on that screen, Pogue.
No, it's not going to let me.
No, that's what I'm saying. You have to do it within the camera shot. Isn't that where you were looking earlier?
Yeah, for the definition, but not for the encoding.
Oh, right. That's what I'm saying. Change the definition, and let's just see what happens. And there is a 3 up and good from Montgomery. Whenever you end up switching that over, Pogue, make sure you take a look at the time on the clock as well, just so we can see. We're just north of 7:10 there as we check for any quality difference.
Now we're about 60, though.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So that seems like a precipitous drop.
It's definitely something. It's pretty big compared to what that was.
Did we see any of a difference in quality on the actual broadcast?
Not that I can notice.
Feel bad for the, on some level, for the freshman parents having to listen to us work out our technical issues on the air with them. So thank you guys for your patience and sticking with us as you watch your sons play Cougar basketball. That's a great pass from Aguilar inside. Wow, that was fantastic. Good pressure and another steal, and late call, but is he gonna call a travel on that? Wow, no way. Holy cow. That was interesting. Another baseline drive. Got to step in there and take that charge. JT Szymborski,
I think he's trying wherever he is right now. He
yeah.
tried. Said, I'm there. I got it.
I got that one. Another nice little floater in the lane, and Montgomery creeping ever closer. Good job that time, I should say, by Bridgewater to break the press, and Montgomery needs to come up with a couple of stops and turn those into buckets. How you making out over there, Pogue?
We're around somewhere 50 to 70, which is better.
And another nice take offensively by Aguilar. And with some confusion, What time was it on the clock, Pogue, when you changed that?
About 7:10.
Yeah, no real noticeable change that I could see. Good offensive putback by the Panthers as they now turn up the pressure. So we'll see how Montgomery handles things, and we're going to get a timeout from Brian Upshaw. So both teams are trying to play with a little more pace. Pogue, that might have been the best producing job you've done all year.
I know. It's
so
the first
far.
time in my life I've been hoping for a 50% and not a 90. This is the first time ever. Yeah, that might have done it.
Well, I mean, it would be a little disappointing.
Yeah, but I think that's more of a pride thing than anything else.
I'm still not all that upset about it. If we can...
No, whatever makes this work is...
Yeah, if we can keep the game going and the technology working, that makes me feel better about it. Haven't seen any issues since you've done that.
No, at least no circle buffer. That definitely hasn't happened.
Nope. But we'll keep an eye on it.
It's been a completely different team in the second half. What a run they went on.
Although we'll see what happens now that it seemed like Bridgewater was backing out of its pressure a little bit. Now that is back, so we'll see how Montgomery does breaking the pressure, and they do it pretty easily there, nearly a backcourt violation, but Montgomery able to avoid that, but ends up in a turnover. Nice save.
Yeah, they really need some stops, not only just for the sake of feeling good about their defense, but they need the transition to get them going so that they can avoid the press for a couple possessions.
Aguilar breaking the press pretty much single-handedly there. Aguilar goes all the way in the backcourt to retrieve it. Certainly hopeful that we can get things to a quality place where we like them tomorrow night when we go on the road. I don't really think I have an issue saying this now. I was just thinking about this. I didn't really have any plans on this, but whatever. And
this is going to be good.
Well, earlier I was, singing the praises of our technology folks because they're just so stinking helpful and, want to get us through problems. And I had alluded to it not necessarily being that way at other places, and I'm namely speaking about Rich. I mean, we received the name of a contact over there. I won't go that far in using the name, but hey, email this person. If they're not going to help you, they'll get you to the person who will. And unhelpful, not willing to be helpful.
There was a response. There was one or two.
I mean,
the quality of said response was
it's poor.
Yeah.
It was
not the model.
And I get it. I don't. I mean, we're not Ridge people. You know what I mean? But
at the same time, though, that us being more successful allows everyone at Ridge to also.
Well, right.
See
I mean,
game.
that's what I would think. But that was disappointing to say the least. But that's what prompted my. I hope that we can get everything working the way we want it to tomorrow because.
I see what you're saying. I was more just back home, and then we're like, oh, good, you can help us solve this.
But I mean, it was funny because I, as disappointed as I was the first time around with the response we got, I understood. We asked, well, I shouldn't say we asked about 2 months in advance, but we didn't really get a response until a week prior. And then
that is true.
We were directed to that person with 4 days prior to the game.
That is the most proactive we've ever been.
Right. So now I get it. Hey, it's a little too close to the game. It's probably something we would have wanted to test. You're on your own, basically. And then we get snowed out. So I'm going, oh, all right, great. We're snowed out, so now we just bought ourselves a week. No interest. No interest in being helpful. Despite the fact that you just got, we just got a week. And there's a miscommunication by Bridgewater, and that'll be back-to-back buckets for the Cougs. And hanging around, as Teddy KGB said in Rounders. Kid's got alligator blood.
Yeah.
If Rounders is another one you haven't seen, really?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
This is kind of a new thing now. You name a movie that's iconic, and I probably haven't seen it, but depending on your reaction, I may or may not bring it up. This one didn't seem that bad.
Dude, Edward Norton, Matt Damon, John Malkovich. I mean, there's John Turturro. It's just icon after icon.
It's on the list now. It's a very long list, though. Very long list.
That was a movie that was very popular around the time that the World Series of Poker became very popular on ESPN. And, a lot of the times you would not have, you wouldn't have even understood poker. But then, people were using professional poker player names in that movie, and you were like, oh, yeah, I know that name. Watch that guy on ESPN. Dude, we sat there and watched people play cards on ESPN.
Yeah.
Like in the summer.
Yeah, and it was dark in the room they were in, and we sat inside on a sunny day and watched them play in a dark room.
We are starved for competition content.
Yeah. And we all pretended like there was some analysis we could provide when we knew everyone else's cards. It's like, I would have done this because I know exactly what everyone else at the table has.
Me good at math. The reality is most people just aren't patient enough. I mean, I think that's the thing. And I'm not a gambler. I don't really. The last time I gambled at anything, I think I was 22. Actually, that's a lie. I was 21. Because we went to Vegas as a family. I want to say November of 2001. So it was a month after I was 21. So, I played a little craps just because, you're 21. It's what you do.
Yeah, it looked fun in the movies.
Sure.
Not as fun.
Well, I actually it wasn't too bad because I had so little disposable income that, craps is a game you could play for a long time if you're patient.
That is true.
You just, you're not betting a lot of money. But that was it. And then I was like, I could kind of take or leave that. And then we went again on vacation, and I didn't even gamble once.
No. I went to Atlantic City one time, played Spanish poker for 3 hands. I lost $20, and I said, nope, Never doing this again. Not ever again.
And people are going to think I'm nuts when I say this. We were there for a Sunday for Sunday football. So I went to the sports book to watch the games, and I didn't place one bet.
Good for you.
Yeah. Heck of a save, but cannot beat the third quarter clock was Aguilar, so it will head to the fourth, and the lead for Bridgewater is 11, 52-41. We'll be right back. You're caught in the mire. This is the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. Welcome back to the den. As right off of the inbounds, Bridgewater comes up with a bucket. The wide open layup?
Yeah.
Am I wrong about that?
Well, the game started, even if, we're walking onto the court for some reason we started.
Go ahead, Pogue. Do what you got to do over there. Nice little baseline drive, and a pull-up jumper is good. It's one of the nicer moves that we have seen on the afternoon. And give credit there to Stephen Donahue. You okay over there, man?
Yeah, everything's fantastic.
Are you being sarcastic with me again?
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
I know that that's the norm, but, things are actually good right now.
Oh, I meant with the conversation you just had.
Oh, yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay.
We have a clipboard to return.
Oh.
To a referee that left one weeks ago. So, just reuniting people.
With their things.
No big deal.
What's he bringing a clipboard for?
I have no idea. What is he drawing up? That was my first question. Like, what do you need it for?
I mean, I suppose I can't really throw stones. I've used my iPad in a blank lacrosse field diagram.
That was helpful, though. So, all right. Touche. He's on to something.
I mean, well, assuming that's what he was doing.
That is true. It is a whiteboard, and I see no markers.
Oh, well, I'm not going to kill him for that one. We probably stole the whiteboard markers. Come on.
Yeah, we do have a thing for markers. And pens, apparently.
Yeah. Piss, somebody stole my good pen. Sound like the old get off my lawn guy.
You gotta start buying more expensive pens, then you get more upset when you lose them.
This wasn't even a really expensive pen. It was just only a kind of expensive pen.
Well, I mean, if this is what's going on, I'll get you some pens. I gotta get you pens. It's no big deal. We can get you some pens.
I mean, was that a walk? Is it
well,
walkish?
It's hard to walk when you're in the air, but maybe.
That was a walkish penalty.
I don't know. It looked like pivot was there, but whatever.
There was another steal from the Cougs. As Aguilar races to the bucket, and he lays it in. Michelangelo Aguilar playing a fantastic game for the Frosh this afternoon here in Montgomery. How we doing with that 720 and 60, Matt?
So far, okay, but not a big sample size, though.
Okay, as in a little worse than what we were doing before, or?
And as we said that, a big spike, so we're going to go back again.
Okay.
All right. So, no, not better. Far from better.
And look at this with 4:38 to go. You can feel a little bit of energy as Montgomery has cut it to 8.
Yeah, the transition game really got back in it. A lot more confidence to throw the ball up for their shots once you know that, we've been moving, we've been passing well.
Full time out for Bridgewater. We'll take it. You're caught in the MIRE. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. Welcome back to the Den. Keith Glock and Matt Pogue. Live on the MIRE as we are about midway through quarter number 4 of freshman basketball. And Montgomery has played a heck of a fourth quarter here to cut the lead to 8, nearly a travel from Bridgewater. As a 3 on the way, that is no good. And Montgomery's got the rebound.
Yeah, you can tell Bridgewater is kind of playing a little tense right now.
The lead for Bridgewater was as many as, I believe, 17 in the first half. And we're going to get a foul and another opportunity for Montgomery to cut into this lead.
Yeah, the scoreboard's not your friend when you had a lead and now you watch it kind of start to dwindle. You're looking up going, oh, geez, we've been making mistakes. We've got to play better. And then, sometimes it tenses things up more.
Kevin Zhao's free throw. Toilet bowls around and out. One for 2 for Kev, and the lead is 7. Little surprised Montgomery is not pressuring in the full court. They had a lot of success with that earlier on. But that's why I'm not a coach, because you play the half court D and you come up with another steal. Nice bit of dribbling from Aguilar. Donahue's 3, that's no good. And on the floor, and what do we get? Timeout.
Nice. Excellent start for them coming out of that last timeout.
Yeah. So Coach Brian Upshaw and his squad with another opportunity to creep that much closer.
Yeah, these are the moments where you hit 1-3 and that lead goes down to 4 and you start looking around like, oh, no, we're in this. We have this.
Oh, yeah. And that was a great look that they had just gotten from Donahue there as well.
Oh, yeah. It just didn't fall, but they worked the ball around. Excellent drive and kick. So just keep doing that, and some of them will fall.
We'll see what the Cougs have drawn up coming out of this timeout. Quickly, and oh, this is going to be a T. Oh, yeah, absolutely. He's going to get ejected. He doesn't watch out. And you know what? That's exactly what they did to Montgomery earlier.
Yeah.
They just did it again.
Well, consistency.
Poke, we just had a little spinny.
Oh, man. Well, we still got to try this in the actual settings, though, the event settings, and do it there, and then see if that carries over.
All right, we'll check it out. So, no, he just got another technical as the free throw went down. Now, is he ejected for that?
I thought you get 2. I thought you get 2. No? Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's...
I haven't gotten a copy of this year's rule book, though, so, you know.
I am so confused right now.
I am, too.
Aguilar just... And he was ejected.
Okay.
How many free throws did Aguilar get?
I think they told him shoot till you miss or something.
What just happened?
I don't know. It is a 1-point game.
Bottom line, it is now 55-54. That was just...
I sure hope it didn't buffer at the time that people were watching. It was 47, 40, 55, and then all of a sudden.
Wow. There was a lot of free throws there.
Yeah, what a turn of events.
A turnaround for the lead didn't materialize. Bridgewater looking to go back up by 3, and they do. Aguilar to tie, no good. I had a better handle on just how bad the first one was. Like, you know, because it caught me so off guard. It's not something that you see happen very often, you know, in a high school game.
Yeah, but to continue.
And then to have it be a second, you know, there'd be a second instance of allowing the team to inbound like that was...
Yeah. That was the strangest 60 seconds of basketball I think I've ever seen.
And not for nothing. I mean, obviously it helped Montgomery, but I'm in complete agreement with Bridgewater on that. That was, you know, now he certainly didn't react the way that you would want him to react.
No, the delivery, you know, was more the problem than the message.
Second one is no good, and Bridgewater's got the rebound. Still a lot of time in this game. Nice little around the back move, and we're going to get a foul and some free throws, as Stephen Donahue will head to the line for 2, and he can tie it here. And we'll have a timeout from Montgomery.
If you ask me start of the fourth quarter, how are we going to get to a 2-point game with about 2:30 left? I wouldn't have said this.
No, I wouldn't have said that.
I wouldn't have said this.
That was just about as bizarre a situation as you are ever going to see, especially in a school game. I would expect that in Pee-wees, you know, like it's more of like the, you know, because I mean, now I'm thinking back to, you know, when I was playing Pee-wee basketball, like that was something the ref did in the first quarter, you know, because it was like,
yeah,
you know, to try to teach you to hustle, you know, and,
yeah.
and it got the team an easy basket or something like that.
Yeah, normally there's more communication at this point of this is what we need, and you know, we're not going to start it, but this is what we need.
Right. And the first one from Donahue's good.
So if you like free throws, this was the quarter for you.
So far.
With 2:25 left.
Yeah, a lot of free throws to come yet. And we're tied. How about that? Can Montgomery get a stop here?
Excellent rotation. They are flying around on defense.
Nearly a takeaway, but a turnaround in the lane.
It's a tough shot, a very tough shot.
Well done that time. James Miller for Bridgewater. Aguilar. He is blocked in the lane, and the Panthers are going to come the other direction quickly, and they will have to earn it from the free throw line.
It's a good foul.
No doubt.
JV and varsity game of this triple header. They got a lot to live up to right now.
Yeah. Get some bizarre officiating and.
How big was the lead?
17.
17, wow. 8-minute quarters coming back from 17. That is something.
I mean, it was 13 or 14 going into the fourth?
Yeah.
They kick for Donahue. He's got another wide open three. Good job on the run out, but Montgomery with a rebound and another opportunity for the Cougs.
I like it. Keep looking for a good shot.
Yep. Got to set something up here. Run a little half court O. Donahue will work off a screen. Good ball fake to get into the lane, and another floater. That's been there all day for Chintakunta. And Montgomery is not out of it just yet. And here comes another steal. And we're going to get a blocking foul and another opportunity to maybe tie this one up with under a minute to go. And the first one rattles out for Donahue. One for two for Steven. So it's a 1-point lead. Bridgewater just needs to play keep away because Montgomery's got a long way to go to get into the bonus. That's just the fourth team foul.
Yeah, if you can get an inbound pass in, you really can burn a lot of clock before those, next few fouls they need.
Got to play hyper aggressive and really try to steal the inbound pass. Oh, nearly an opportunity there for a steal from Aguilar. But it ends up in a foul. So the next one will result in free throws for Bridgewater, which is where Montgomery was trying to get to. Trap that right away. And they finally do give the foul with 21.8 seconds to go. So it will be 1-1 for the Panthers as they are up one. Montgomery with a fantastic comeback here in the fourth quarter, down double digits. And a real oddity on the officiating side to to get us back into this game. It was a weird decision by the officials to allow Montgomery to inbound it. And here with the rebound with 19 seconds to go and down one, chance to go ahead. How about this? A feed inside, and it is on the floor. Does Upshaw have a timeout? He doesn't, I don't think. And they're going to call a walk. So 9.3. We're kind of right back where we were a moment ago. Montgomery's got to guard the inbound and foul right away if they do not come up with the steal. And they are able to give the foul with 8.2, so this will result in some free throws. One and one for Colin Woodring. First one on the way, no good. Oh, Bridgewater comes down with the rebound, and Aguilar gives the foul. So it will be more free throws. Woodring will have another chance to convert. Still 1 and 1. And that time good. So no matter what, this is still a one-possession game. No timeouts for the Cougs. So no matter what happens, they're going to have to hurry when they go the other direction. 2 for 2 for Woodring. So it's a 3-point lead. Can Montgomery tie here? Here comes Aguilar. He's going to have to chuck. Step back from 3. Oh, it's just a little short, and the valiant comeback effort from Montgomery is just not there, but that was a pretty fantastic fourth quarter for the Cougs.
Absolutely.
Well, this has been freshman basketball on the MIRE, and we're going to take a break. We'll reload the stream for you, and you can just hang tight, and we'll be on the front page of MIREradio.com with a link to the JVs coming up in just a minute. You're caught in the MIRE. This is the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience.